United drop points again against Newcastle.
Rangnick's at the wheel, Rangnick's at the wheel. Only on the Plot Malaysia, guys.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 104th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woohoo! Actually, not so woohoo for me, but for Hari, it possibly is. So yes, United drop points. Man City are running riot, running crazy of the Premier League. Liverpool's game is postponed. Lots of things going on. But Hari, do tell us, what are we going to start with?
No, of course. Just obviously, guys, we just want to. We've had a bit of a disturbed a couple of days, obviously for different reasons. Ram's been away, I've been away. We're back with a review today. We just wanted to review very quickly today, keeping it a short show, but reviewing the Boxing Day fixtures. And the reason it's a short show is because not many matches actually took place. A lot of games were postponed. So we will review some of the key matches. I think the one we've got to start with, though, is not a match that happened during Boxing Day, but a match that happened last night.
A few hours ago, actually.
Or early morning Malaysian time. Eugene, yes, we're early today. We're starting early. We've got a busy evening, so the both of us are getting the show off and running right now. Lakshan, yes, it's been some time, but we're back. And thanks for being part of the show and joining us again, my friend.
Thank you, Lakshan.
But yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day to be a Liverpool supporter. We're going to start, obviously, with the Newcastle Man United game, because that's the one that just happened early this morning. So, Ram, tell me about this game, man, because I saw the highlights. I didn't catch the match live, obviously, but I saw the highlights and I thought Newcastle deserved to win this big time, actually. I think they had the more chances, the more quality chances. They dominated the game. And keep in mind, they're second last on the table. Newcastle, they've won one game all season, and this was supposed to be Rangnick's new team, a revolution, so to speak. Gegenpressing, apparently. So where did that go? And because I saw the Norwich game, it was a disappointment. And then from what I hear, yesterday was even worse than the Norwich game. So take it away, my friend.
Sure, but I want to put the disappointments aside first and foremost. I want to start by saying that as a United fan, I think is happy to say that since Ole left, we have been unbeaten. That's a good feat. It's good. Okay, we have been unbeaten since Ole left. Yes, we have dropped points yesterday. We were not playing really, really well. Of course, I thought that 16 days rest was too much of rest. I saw that the players were not really gelling really well as usual. I don't understand why Ragnick started with Fred and McTominay. I was expecting Donny van de Beek to be in the starting lineup, and of course Sancho to be, amongst the starting 11 as well. And of course, when he came on, Cavani came on, there was a bit of a difference in terms of his gameplay. He could have scored a couple of goals. But you're right, Harry. I think Newcastle definitely deserve to win. I won't take that away from Newcastle. Deserve to win. And that man again, Alain Saint-Maximin.
I thought he was. I saw the highlight. I thought he was unbelievable. How did he play, man, yesterday? How good was he?
He was outstanding. He was fast. His quick feet as usual. He made Dalot and Varane look really, 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 really small.
I thought he made Harry Maguire look really stupid as well.
To be honest, I think Maguire, compared to Maguire and Varane, I thought, apart from the only mistake that Maguire made in the beginning, I thought Maguire had a better game than Varane. Varane was the one making a few mistakes here and there. Of course, Fred passing as usual. I don't know what happened to him since the Crystal Palace match. McTominay disappointing as well. So I thought the most important player that was supposed to be showing his talents, the talisman Bruno Fernandes, was very disappointing yesterday. He could have pulled the strings.
I think it's fair to say he's been a disappointment all season, actually, apart from maybe the first two match week or something. And
I wouldn't want to put that much of I don't want to make any harsh comments like that on him. I thought he has created assists before. He has made goals. But to be very honest, yesterday showed that, his passing was off. He was looking for the difficult pass rather than the simple pass. And the only shining light was Cavani, I felt, and Sancho when they came on. So that's what I saw.
So tell me this, Aram. For how long do you give these players a pass, man? because obviously they got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fired. People blamed it on Solskjaer, and then
Yep.
now obviously it's them again. The performances
Yep.
have, to be honest, apart from the Palace game, I think the performances have been even the same, maybe even worse. You've been getting away
Mm-hmm.
with results, but the performances have been
Yep.
poor. The same Norwich team that you
Yep.
guys should have probably drawn against, Arsenal hammered
Yep.
them 5-0 away
But we
on
still won the
Boxing Day.
game. So
No, I know that, but the performances, that's the
yeah.
problem with under Solskjaer as well. You guys were saying, oh, we're getting the results, we're getting the results, but the performances is
Yeah.
the true reflection of a team, because that's where you will end up. It's based on your
Yeah.
performances, and I've got to be
But
honest.
I'll ask you this. I'll
I
ask you
think.
this question.
Let me just my point. I think you
Yeah.
guys give Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes a lot of a pass, because I was watching Gary Neville's commentary as well after the
Yeah.
game, and I noticed this in their game
Complaining.
as
Yep.
well. They're always whinging. They're always running down the tunnel without applauding the fans. They're always whinging. It's almost as if they're insulting their teammates by saying you're not good enough to be playing with us. And I think that's really
Okay.
bad for team atmosphere and spirit. It shows a lack of leadership from them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if Ralph Rangnick's guy. I told you this round before it
I
started, and maybe I'm
I
going to give him
know.
a pass. I'm going to give him a
Yep.
pass. Maybe you'll give him a pass because it's still early in his reign. But I remember telling you this when you guys brought in Rangnick. I don't think it's the right choice, because you bring him for
It's
6 months.
it's too
It's a
early to say,
man.
Hari.
I agree,
It's
too
too
early to
early to
say, but
say.
he's a man who does not have managerial credentials. He's got a name for teaching coaches, he's got a name for being a good football director, and also for being a coach of coaches, not a manager of a team. Every time he's managed a team, it's not been brilliant. He's barely won any titles. So I'm yet to be convinced that he can manage these big egos in United.
Okay.
He's never managed a big
So
team
so
and big egos.
I'm gonna disagree with whatever you said, Harry, because I am a United fan. I'm a big fan of Rani, so I'm gonna disagree on that front.
You're a big
I
fan.
do.
On what basis are you a big fan of Rangnick?
No, you gotta understand. Okay, I look at it as this is too early for me to say that. He's not the right man or what. But I do agree with Gary Neville's statement that he made that the players are whinging, complaining, and all that kind of stuff. But you gotta understand this: if Solskjaer was still at the seat, he wouldn't be able to deal with this kind of bullshit. Ragnick can. He
How do
can
you
deal
know
with it,
that?
and he
Okay,
knows
how
that.
do you know Rangnick can? That's my question.
But because he's a more of a upfront. He's more straightforward, and
But how
he's
do you
more
know
direct
that?
with the
How do you
players.
know that he doesn't have managerial credentials to prove he can manage big egos? And
I
that's my
can tell
question.
you, I'm
I'm
very
going.
confident.
I'm going.
The next
I'm
game,
going.
the next
I'm
game.
going.
Yep.
I'm going of data, historical background, and facts. He has never
Yeah.
managed big egos. He's a coach
Hmm.
of coaches. He's like an institute for coaches to go and learn, but he's never managed big egos. The time when he had to manage Leipzig for a year when he came in, they actually didn't do great. And when he handed it over to Nagelsmann, they took off. So that gets me thinking that he's not really the kind of guy that can manage big egos. And I haven't seen it in the team performances, because by now, put it this way, Antonio Conte came in, what, a week before Rangnick? Possibly. And
Yep.
what I see
Yep.
from Spurs is a team that has changed. They look like a team that's driven. They look like a team that's well coached now under Conte. You can see the difference. With
Yep.
United, I don't see any difference in their pattern of play. I don't see any change in what they're trying to do, apart from a change in formation, which is what Lakshan is talking about here. And this is something, again, I'm going to point out, right? And maybe I'm being that devil's advocate here, but Ragnick plays a 4-2-2-2 system, right?
Yeah.
I think when you play a system like that, you have to be well trained. You have to have a preseason to get it ingrained in your team. You play it mid-season, it takes a lot of time to get used to, especially when you play the big sides, because the two people that are behind the striker, the two playmakers, Bruno Fernandes, and I think yesterday it was Rashford. What happens is when the opposition has the ball and when they're attacking with attacking fullbacks, those two have to start going into wide areas to defend the fullbacks.
Hmm.
And can you trust Bruno Fernandes to go into the wide area and track back? The same for Rashford. Do you want them doing that? That impacts the formation. That impacts the center of the park as well. And I've seen this from some pundits who have said it as well, who have played this formation before. If you're not well drilled in this formation, you will suffer for a while until you get the hang of it. So my perspective is he's only there for 6 months. I don't think this is going to work. I'm sticking my neck out here, guys. Maybe you
Okay.
guys want to give me your thoughts as well in the comments, guys. Let us know. But I'm sticking my neck out here. I
Okay.
think it was the
So
wrong appointment. I don't think this
okay.
is going to work.
Okay. So I want to say something. Fine. You can have all your points if you want, but I'm going to watch the next game. I know the next game is going to be different from this performance. I know United have two games. Two games. They have two games in hand. After last night's game. And I know that they know it, that their performance yesterday was not good. But I'll take it because why we're playing away from home. Newcastle has been losing all their games so far. They've been playing well but losing all their games. It's just yesterday they just decided, you know what, we want to go all out and give it our best shot, and they did. Well done to them. Take nothing away from them. We felt we played them at the wrong time. So fine, it's okay. But I think the next game is going to be a different night altogether. Different first 11 for sure.
But don't
Uh,
if you actually fall for a good performance in the next game and say you're back and all, I wouldn't buy that because
no, I'm not going to say
the
that.
two
Early.
games,
I'm not going to say
the
that.
two games you have played away from home is I think away from home shows you how strong you are as a team and characters. At home, it's easy to play. I've never seen much of a difference. I've seen in fact, I've seen a team that doesn't know what they're doing still, and a team that's completely whinging and complaining all the time. You're playing at home against Burnley, so it should be a walk in the park. But I wouldn't judge United on that. I would like to see this team against bigger teams again, because I just see a team that it's full of players that are
Hari,
complaining. There's no
always
leadership
a
in there.
step. It's always a step. It's always a step forward. You got to take the positives. I'm sure as a Liverpool fan, you're going to say, "Oh, United is this or that." For sure, for sure. I'll say the same to Liverpool as well. But to me, I'm going to take a step forward and say, "Hey, okay, fine. We didn't lose the game. Okay, we have not lost the game since Ole left. I'll take the positives out of it." And I think, no matter how we play in the next game, as long as we get a win, is a step moving forward, because the defense looks much better than when Ole was managing it.
Oh my
Yes,
God! If you say the defense looks much better, I don't know
not
what
in
you're watching,
yesterday's
bro.
game, not in yesterday's game, Harry.
Yep.
But it
That's
has
what I'm
been.
talking about.
It's not yesterday's game, but I'm talking about overall. It has been much better. It has been more stable. Oran came in
And,
yesterday after a
and
long-term
then
injury,
and then and
so
then and then I've seen some people say that United have been off for 16 days, so there's no rhythm. Maybe I don't buy that excuse as well, because I think it's more time on the training ground, and also because Tottenham were the same. They didn't play for like 15, 16 days, and then they played Liverpool, and the performance they put on was top draw. And you could see a change in the way they're playing. And I think I'm actually going to be against what you're saying here, Ramka. I think you have to look at performances, not results, because that's what shows you that the team is moving in the right direction. You can always pick up a lucky result, which is what Solskjaer kept doing. But I think a sign of a team that's improving is the performance level, where you see a pattern of play, you see an improving
okay.
defense, you
So
see how the team is pressing, and I don't
so
see that
let
with
me ask
United yet.
you, how many games have Rangnick managed United so far? How many
I
games?
think it's 4 or 5.
Exactly. That's my point. 4 or 5 games. Can't really say, he's not the right man. I can't say that. I can say one thing though. I can say that he has built something. He is building something. I'm very confident he is. So, in my opinion, give it the next 4 or 5 games, and I think there's going to be a different side altogether. So, I do think
Gu-
something
Guys,
happening.
give us your feedback on this, man, because me and Ram are completely disagreeing on this, and I think that's what the best part about a show like this. But I'm just trying to be very objective here, and I think I'm just highlighting basically a point that I made when Ragnick was appointed. I don't think he's the right guy, and I'm actually happy as a Liverpool fan because he's got a way of working. But I look at historical data and I look at what he's achieved, and I don't think he's had the ability to manage big egos before. He's very stringent in the way he's a football director. He's coached coaches before, but he's not as much success as a manager, which is basically, if you look at it, that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was. A manager who hadn't had much success before, won a couple of trophies in Norway, and came and managed United. So, from my point of view, I'm yet to be convinced about Ralph Rangnick. So, and to be honest, like I said, I see a difference in the way Tottenham is playing. I see a difference in the way Norwich is playing under Dean Smith. I see a difference in the way Aston Villa is playing against Steven Gerrard, and he came in around the same time. You see what they're trying to do. You see a difference in performance. I even see a difference in the way Newcastle are playing now under Eddie Howe. You see a difference with a new manager. I don't see that under United, even though they had 2 weeks in the training ground. So for me, big question marks about Ralph Rangnick. And guys, we want your thoughts on it. On the flip side, man, for Newcastle, I think good thing is I saw them playing against Liverpool at Anfield. I thought they gave us a few frights, and there's some good players there. The problem I think they have is they've got a way of playing under Eddie Howe now. They look more committed, but I think they need a lot of new signings in January because I
January
think the
for
issue
sure.
I think
For
the issue
sure.
they have is in defense, and then also because I think once you take Saint Maxima, I think he came off the game yesterday. Was he
Yeah,
injured, Ram?
yeah,
Or?
yeah. Yeah, I think he was. I think he would, but I don't think it's a major injury. I think he's just pulled a muscle. I don't think it was hamstring
Yeah,
or
but I
anything
think
like that. So
that's
it's going to
the
be
I
fine.
think that's the problem. You can't rotate
Yeah,
because the moment you take Maxima out and Callum
yeah,
Wilson out of the team, they're toothless already. So I think they need a
yeah,
lot of signings in January. But the good thing is you see a fight in them under Eddie
yeah.
Howe, a way of playing a fight in them under Eddie Howe, which is good to see. But hopefully Liverpool sign LSA Maxima in January. But I'll leave that out there, guys. But
I hope United sign him, man. Seriously, I think he's an excellent player.
Yeah, and
So
this I
yeah,
agree
let's
with,
see.
right? Lakshan, the most I saw under Rangnick was the first 25 minutes in the first game against Palace, where there was a desire to press, you could see. And then ever since then, it's kind of slipped out. So I don't know, man. I'm not yet to be convinced, and I have my thoughts on this guy, which I've made very clear. But I want you
Great,
guys
great.
to
Let
let us
us
know.
know your comments. Let us know your comments, your feedback. What do you think about if you are a United fan or if you're a neutral? What do you think? You want to know? Want to see what how we can also learn from you guys as well. So yeah, very very interesting points, Harry. Both of
I
us
think the
going on
one
a
thing I would
counter.
do is if I was United manager, etc., I would start playing Cavani over Ronaldo, man. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
I think when Cavani comes on, you guys play a lot better. He's more of a team player. He presses from the front. I just don't know why you guys don't play him more. I think he's a fabulous player, and I think it was reflected yesterday as well.
No, I agree. I
Moving
agree
on,
with the
guys.
rotation. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
Moving on.
Moving on, guys. Let's talk about Man City 6, Leicester 3. I don't know if you saw this game,
Hands
Ram, but
down.
this was the most bonkers game I've ever seen. And to be honest, I'm going to be very honest here, guys. I stopped watching this game at 4-0. I think it was in 20 something minute when City were 4-0 up, and I gave up. And then I
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
turned on live score again, I think later in the day, and I saw it was 4-3 at that point in time. And I switched it back on again, and then only for City to score another 2 goals. So that was a bit of a shame. But what a bonkers game.
Lesson
Did
learned,
you, did,
Harry. Don't watch the game. If you didn't watch the game, Leicester would have won it. You watched it and
Possibly. I
spoiled it.
shouldn't have turned it on. I shouldn't have turned it on again. So that's a bit of a shame. Did you catch the game,
Yeah.
Ram?
No, I didn't because I knew what was going to happen, so I couldn't be bothered with
Yeah, I've
such
got to be honest.
such games. Yeah.
I thought Man
So
City in the first half were unbelievable, but also because I thought
yeah,
Leicester played into their hands. Leicester played a
yeah,
kind of open attacking game, and City it was very easy for them to just pick them off on the counter attack, etc. And Leicester actually
yeah.
created a few chances in the first half as well, but I think they were too open. And I think when you're that open against City, they normally will hurt you badly. So yeah, I've got to say, I thought
But I got to give
yeah,
City. I got to give Leicester credit though. I mean, 4-0 down. What could possibly go down to the mentality of the players, the manager, and still they managed to come back. 4-3. But quite sad to be honest. It was played to their hands. They could have scored another goal, and they could have equalized, or some drama would have happened later on. But I think it was all too easy for Man City at the end. But what a
yeah. I
game!
mean, I've got to highlight what
Hurry, can you
Lakshan
hear
said
me?
here. I think yes, I think you're frozen, Ram, but I can hear you. Yes, um,
Hurry, can you
yeah.
hear
I
me?
mean, I can hear you, Ram, but you're frozen. Yep. So, guys, I think Ram is frozen for a bit. But yeah, Man City are the definite favourites to win the league. Brilliant display in the first half. Only way to slip up for City is when they faced Chelsea and Liverpool in January. Uh, I
I'm
actually
back.
agree with that. Yes, you're back. You're
Okay.
back. You're back, my friend. But yeah, I think I agree with this. I think Man City are definite favourites. They're winning game after game. Brilliant display in the first half, and I think the only way they can probably slip up is against Chelsea or Liverpool in January. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and watch for that one, guys. Whether they can slip up or not. From as a Liverpool fan, I'm hoping that City slip up at some point, and that's what we're all hoping for. However, I've got to be honest, they don't show any signs of slipping up right now, which is the bit. Ram, you're back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back again. I'm sorry, guys. So sorry, Harry. Connection has been a problem lately. It's just like United, never consistent. Anyway, so yeah, I agree as well. Man City, the favorites to win the league, definitely for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be difficult to stop them, man. The way I look at it, and I think the key is the squad strength and depth as well. Around the Christmas period, New Year period, when there's so many games, they're the only side that can actually rotate and rotate with quality. They can bring
They don't need a
Jesus off the
striker.
bench.
They do not need a striker. Man City does
Yeah,
not need a striker.
and in this COVID crisis, injury crisis, they've got so many players to come off the bench that I think it's very, very difficult. I think what Leicester did, though, I think they played into their hands. I think second half Leicester were a bit more smart. They defended deeper and hit them on the break, and that's how they scored their 3 goals. So I think they played into their hands a bit, but I've got to be honest. I think City right now are strolling the league, and I just hope that someone can stop them.
No, the
Should
way
Van
they're
de Beek
winning
leave?
7-0, 6-3. Oh, crazy.
Should Van de Beek leave Man United?
Crazy.
Ram, let me know. Let us know.
Uh, uh,
Should he leave Man United, Ram? Van de Beek. I think Ram is really having connection issues, guys, but I'll be upfront. I think he should leave Man United as a Liverpool fan, but I think even as a football fan, I think Van de Beek has to leave Man United. He has to leave Man United. I mean, he doesn't get games. He never got games under Solskjaer. He's barely getting games under Rangnick as well.
Sorry,
I think it's time for him to move on. He's a quality player, so I think it's
I'm
time
back
for him
again.
to move on. Yep. Do you want to answer the question, Ram, as a United fan?
I think I wouldn't. Yeah, I would love him to stay at United, but unfortunately, with his less game time, his career is down the line. So I think it's better he leaves for his own good. Yep.
I agree. Man City played well in the first half. Leicester all over the shop. I agree with this one, but like I said, Keshav, I think Leicester played into their hands. They played an open game, which is wrong. Second half, they defended deeper and hit them on the break because of the pace they have. And I think that worked very well. The shame, I think, for Leicester was Vardy was not fit to play, because I think if Vardy played, they would have probably scored another 1 or 2 goals. So this was a bit, that was a shame, actually. I thought if Vardy would have played, they would have caused Man City even more problems and probably scored 1 or 2 more goals. So that was the disappointment, really. But yeah, I mean, they played them off the park. Yeah, he should leave Man United and maybe move to Spanish team. I think he could do well at Newcastle, in fact, or some other team in the Premiership as well. He's a quality player.
He should go to West Ham. He should go to West Ham, the likes of West Ham, maybe Leicester, this kind of teams. Not Newcastle.
I think he should go to Newcastle. They've got the money to spend. They probably need a player in January. They pick him up in January. I think he'll add a bit to Newcastle and he'll play a lot of games for them as well. But I mean, we never know with Van de Beek. We'll have to wait and watch that one, guys. Yes, I believe City plays Liverpool in Jan. I think they also play Chelsea in Jan. I think Liverpool play Chelsea on the 3rd of Jan as well. So it's a crucial month, January, for the title race. As you know, Ram, your team is not involved in that race, but we are.
Thank you. I'll take that. No problem. I understand.
Do Man City need Erling Braut Haaland? I mean, they don't seem to need Haaland. They're scoring goals left, right, and center without a striker. So, Haaland, come to Liverpool, my friend. Please come to Liverpool. City do not
come to United. Come to United. You're more than welcome. Come to United.
City don't seem to need you, man, Haaland. But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably. Side of Manchester. I think if the teams that can afford him are probably the likes of Man City, Paris Saint-Germain, maybe Real Madrid. The very limited teams can actually afford Haaland, and I think.
Hey, United can afford him. Okay, what are you saying?
United can. I don't think he joins United. I don't think he joins United. I think it would be a silly move for him to join United. I hope they're limited. I disagree. I think it's not just a lack of discipline. I think lack of discipline, but also I don't see any pattern of play, tactics, etc. I think the formation doesn't suit the players currently. Ragnick's techniques. He needs his own set of players.
Chill. It's just 5 games. Chill.
He needs younger players. He needs athletic players for his system to work with the current set of players. Ragnick's system doesn't seem to work. If you watch the teams that Ragnick has managed in the past before, it's always younger, more athletic players in the team.
Okay, I want to say something.
Yep.
I think the Shan family, I think, lack of discipline has a point, but of course, now the formation it's all lacking for sure. But I do feel January is going to be a lot of incomings, more outgoings, of course, I feel. But I think the January transfer window is going to be quite busy for United as well. I think they're going to get a midfielder. I'm hoping for that. All United fans are hoping for a proper defensive midfielder, and I think it's going to be a good transfer window for us. I think it's going to be awesome.
Wait and watch. We'll see how that one pans out. But I think, he does need to bring in his own set of players as well to play his system, because his system is a very demanding system. A good example is Jurgen Klopp. Over the years, he had to bring in his own set of players to play the kind of system he wants. Athletic players who have got drive, ability, young players, hungry players as well. So I think that's what he's got to look to do.
Yep.
But I think that's how that's going to play out. I mean, from Man City, Leicester point of view, like I said, nothing really to write home about. It was easy for Man City. Leicester gave them a fright in the second half. And maybe Leicester showed a couple of teams how you can play City on the break with pace. So hopefully that helps other teams. But apart from that, Man City is strolling this league right now because every other team seems to be suffering with COVID problems, injuries. But Man City just rolls on and they don't have any issues, which is a bit of a shame. Talking about COVID and injuries, Chelsea have had a lot of issues of late, obviously, with COVID issues in the team. Injuries as well have set them back. And I think because of that, they've suffered recently in a few results. They've dropped points. But guess what? this was a very impressive result for Chelsea. I've got to be honest here, because I actually thought Villa were going to win this. Chelsea downturn of form.
I thought so
Like
too.
I said, Chelsea downturn of form, Ram. They've had injuries and then COVID issues as well. And then they go to a Villa team. All right, Steven Gerrard was not on the bench because he's down with COVID, but a Villa team much improved under Gerrard with a clear identity and style of play. And they took the lead as well, Villa, with a fortuitous or very lucky goal. But then Chelsea came back in the second half, dominated the game. And guess what? They brought on Romelu Lukaku. And I thought he tore Aston Villa apart. Scored a goal, won a penalty that Jorginho converted. He scored 2 penalties in the game as well, Jorginho.
Yep.
So, yeah, I thought Chelsea well and truly deserved the game. Could have maybe scored 1 or 2 more goals. I thought very impressive away against a resurgent Villa. I don't know. What about your thoughts, Ram? But I thought Chelsea deserved that. And I thought, I think maybe they were well and truly back now.
I was surprised, to be honest. I thought a draw would have been a fair result before the game started, of course. I thought Villa would have posed some sort of a threat for Chelsea, especially with their current form. And Villa,
I thought they did. I thought they did in the first half. Actually, Villa, they played well, but second half, different story.
Different story. Game of 2 halves. Chelsea came out stronger because I think Tuchel could not stand another draw. He could not accept another drop of points. So the intent was very clear in the second half. So well and deserved. Chelsea win, as simple as that.
I mean, Lakshan, I'm going to disagree with you here a little bit. Yes, Villa were good in the first half and gave it a go. I thought the second half, it was not them who dropped back too much. I thought Chelsea forced them back because I thought Tuchel made a very brave substitution at halftime. I think he took off a defender. I think he took off Shaloba. If I'm not mistaken, he took off a defender and he brought on Lukaku. So he changed the way they played. He went with a big number 9. He took a risk, basically, and went more aggressive and to attack the game. And he got his rewards. Lukaku outfoxed Tyrone Mings to score a brilliant header, and then he won a penalty as well. So I think we've got to give that to Tuchel and Chelsea because I thought his team talk worked. And second half, they pushed and forced Villa back and dominated the game. And then I thought Lukaku made a big difference.
Harry, do you think with Gerrard not being at the sidelines, the bench, standing on the bench made a difference as well?
Big
because
difference.
I felt with his presence on the field, at least on the side, I think they would probably, I felt maybe some, shout here and there, some motivational messages would probably come from him. It could have been different, but very sad for Villa on that note.
No, I agree with you there, Ram, because Gerrard is the kind of guy, I mean, he's played for Liverpool, so I know he's a very passionate guy. And when you see a guy like that on the sidelines, driving your team on, pushing your team on, even at halftime in the dressing room, I think it adds a lot. It gives the players put in another 10, 20%. So I thought his absence actually impacted the game. And the way they played, and especially in the second half, because from the sidelines, he could have pushed them on, drove them on when Chelsea were pinging them back. And also, I think at halftime, in a team talk with Gerrard there, I think it makes a big difference because he's very, very passionate, right? The kind of guy he is. So, I thought that made a difference, but I've got to give kudos to Tuchel because I thought he made the right changes at halftime. His team came out a different animal in the second half. I thought what he did, which was smart, was obviously bringing Lukaku and giving them a focal point in attack. And he pinged Tyrone Mings and outsmarted him at the back. And then also he moved Pulisic to the right from center. And I think Pulisic was a lot better on the right. He was dribbling past people, causing trouble. I think good news for Chelsea fans as well. Kante was back, played a part in the game. I thought Kovacic came on and played really well as well. So he's come back from injury as well. So I think it's looking good for Chelsea after that win. And I think they may just be back in this title race again because I thought they were quite impressive. And more importantly, I think Lukaku seems on form again. He seemed determined, not just his goal, his overall play and game was a lot better. He looked sharp. And I think a fit and firing Lukaku gives Chelsea a real edge, actually, because then I think they will end up scoring more goals as well. And they'll probably win games as opposed to drawing games, which they had been doing in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I mean, good win. Nothing really to talk home about apart from a really impressive win by Chelsea, Ram.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this again. I think Lukaku is a player that comes on, he rises to the occasion, but not against the big matches. I feel. I still have my doubts about him when it comes to big games like the Liverpool's, the Man Cities, and so on and so forth. So it's yet to see something from him. So yeah, but well done to Tuchel, no doubt about it. Well done to him. He took a risk, and the risk paid off. So yeah,
I agree, man. We're yet to see that. We always talk about Lukaku is a bit of a flat track bully against the smaller sides, and then never turns up in the big games against City, Liverpool. Spurs, etc. So we'll have to wait and watch, guys, whether we can see the real Lukaku turn up against the big side, or he's just going to be another flag track bully. So we are yet to see that. So it's something to wait and watch. Just very quickly, Ram, before we wrap up, I thought just a couple of other games to very quickly talk about. One was Spurs. Obviously, the draw against Liverpool, and then they followed it up with an impressive 3-0 win against Crystal Palace at home. I think they're back and firing under Conte, man. And I actually fancy them to get that fourth spot now. It's between, for me, and you will probably disagree, but for me, that spot is between them and Arsenal. Both teams look revitalized. Arsenal won 5-0 against Norwich, and I think they have won the last 4 Premier League games on the bounce. They're scoring goals. They're keeping clean sheets. They've got a very fixed lineup. They've got a very young and dynamic side, which is what I like about Arsenal. You know, they've got a really young side. Ben White is impressive. Gabriel is brilliant at the back. I think Kieran Tierney is awesome at left back. Tomiyasu is great. Obviously, Thomas Partey has been good in the middle. Odegaard, guys, if you guys have not been watching, watch Odegaard. I think he's been brilliant the last few weeks. He's been absolutely awesome, and he's driving the team on as a playmaker. And then ever since they've taken Aubameyang out of the side because of disciplinary problems, they're actually playing a lot better with Lacazette as a focal point of attack. And then obviously they're playing with Gabriel Martinelli, who's been a revelation since he's come back. He's scoring goals. Yeah, he's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's pressing from the front. This guy is really impressive, man, Martinelli. Klopp is a big fan of him as well. I'm a huge fan of him. He's only 20, I think. And I really, really think he's going to be a superstar, Gabriel Martinelli. I think Arsenal should sign him up before someone picks him. I think he's an awesome player. So he's been impressive, scoring goals. Lacazette, like I said, has been impressive. Bukayo Saka, what can you say about this guy, Ram? He just keeps scoring and assisting goals week in, week out.
I have to say, I have so much respect for Bukayo Saka after the whole Euro thing that happened. You know, he has shown great character coming back into the Premier League, scoring goals. I think he's playing his best ever football yet, because if you notice last season, he was a little bit more, he was good, but he was not taking a lot of risk. But this time, he's really moving a lot more forward. He's getting those crosses in. He's taking on players and he's scoring goals for fun. So very nice to see. And I heard a quick question for you. Do you think Aubameyang will leave in January?
No, I think it's for sure he leaves in January, because I think they found a way to play without him. He's caused disciplinary issues, and I think he's come to a point where there's a point of no return with Arteta, because I think he's done it a few too many times. And I mean, the team is playing well without him as well in the side. I mean, kudos and respect to Arteta, man. Everyone had him as sure on to get the sack. He's turned things around. They're playing good football. They're a young side, dynamic side. I mean, I haven't even mentioned Emil Smith-Rowe, who's awesome. He's also 2021. He's also, I think, 21 years old, brilliant. Bukayo Saka is 19, 20. Gabriel Martinelli is 20. Odegaard is 21, 22. It's a young, dynamic side, man. And I'm very impressed with Arsenal. So I want your thoughts as well, guys. But I mean, Spurs as well under Conte, man. Harry Kane is hit form. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, I think. Son Heung-min is firing goals. Lucas Moura has come out from nowhere now under Conte, and he's firing. I think he got a goal and 1 assist as well. So Lucas Moura is a different player under Antonio Conte. So, I mean, both sides look brilliant. Both sides look like they're on fire. And if I had to choose, and I'm going to ask you this as well, Ram, but if I had to choose, my pick for who's going to finish 4th, it's between the two, and I'm going to actually stick my neck out, and I'm going to go Arsenal to finish 4th, because I've been very impressed with the young stars. What about you, Ram?
If it's between both of them, I'm going to say Spurs.
Yep.
Obviously, I want United to be there, but realistically, if it's between both of them, then if it's between Arsenal and Spurs, I'll go with Spurs.
You're going to go with the Antonio Conte effect. I think Spurs are favourite because they've got 2 games in hand, which takes them on top of Arsenal, I think. And they've obviously got the Harry Kane factor, Son Heung-min factor. They've got more firepower, and like I said, the Antonio Conte factor. He's been there, done it. But I'm just so impressed with the youthfulness of this Arsenal team and the way they are playing. So I would like to see them finish 4th, because I'm very impressed with the project.
I agree. But sometimes too much of just youth, could just take away the experience that is required, to win a lot of other games. So I'm very happy with the way Arsenal is playing. But sometimes something's got to give, Harry. And I think Spurs might just have the edge because of the experience that they have.
I think you got a valid point, man. I think the experience might throw it in, because even the experience of the players, but the experience of the manager as well. Conte, I mean, Arteta is a young manager, right? His first job in management. So it might swing it in Spurs' way, but the way Arsenal is playing is impressive as well. So for me, it's between the two. I think West Ham will drop off, and they have. I mean, people are saying United. I think they're way off. So I think it's between the two of them. And I'm going to just say I would like Arsenal to finish fourth, but I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs clinch it under Conte. So there you go, guys. A review of the Boxing Day fixtures and the fixtures from last night. Just so you guys know, Liverpool is playing tonight against Leicester away from home. Big
Not
game,
postponed.
especially. No, so far it's going ahead. So
Okay.
interesting. I don't know. They may change. I mean, it may happen. Tonight they may postpone it.
Liverpool
So far,
playing Leicester. Is it Liverpool playing Leicester?
yes, Liverpool
Dude,
playing Leicester.
mark my words. Leicester's gonna come out blazing, and I think Leicester's gonna nick this one, Harry. Leicester's gonna nick this one.
Give me a score prediction, Ram.
I'm gonna say 1-0 to Leicester.
Okay, fair enough. Liverpool playing Leicester. Leicester played last week as well in the League Cup. It was an epic clash, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I think revenge is on the cards. Revenge is on the cards for Leicester.
But Liverpool were playing a B team then against the starting
I know.
lineup Leicester, and we still came back and drew 3-3 and went through in penalties. And this is a Liverpool team that's rested because they didn't have to play Boxing Day. Leicester had to play Man City. So they're rested, this Liverpool team. And this is a Liverpool team that is welcoming back now, not like against Spurs. They're welcoming back Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, Thiago, and Curtis Jones, who have come back from COVID as well. So I fancy Liverpool to win this. Shift says 3-1. I think actually Liverpool win this more comfortably. I think they win it 3-0 actually. I'm going to say 3-0. I just feel that Liverpool's going to turn on today because Man City have won, Chelsea have won, Liverpool have to win, and I think they'll go out and do the job today and they win this 3-0. But we'll wait and watch, guys. I'm going to be awake for that. I'm going to probably bring you guys the starting lineup on a live chat with you guys, and I'll probably try to do a quick post-match as well after the game if I can. So guys, stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for Harry next. Hopefully Liverpool loses. Then I want to see the sadness in Harry's face. That is my day. Makes my day.
Wait and watch. Wait and watch it.
All
right, Ram, over to you, brother.
Well, guys, it's been a really fun show today. Harry, as always, great. We're going to bring you more episodes coming really soon. The Premier League in action once again. Hopefully nothing happens because of COVID. Hopefully, everything goes back to normal. We're praying as much as possible. So, guys, once again, let us know your comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know.
Do subscribe. Do like the show as well. Do like the episode, guys. Do like the channel. Do subscribe. Do hit the bell notification. And also, if you guys haven't watched the special episode with Santok Singh, do give that a watch. It was a brilliant episode with a legend of Malaysian football, talking about Malaysian football glory days in the 80s, and then obviously the state of Malaysian football right now. So do give that episode a watch. And then we're going to be back with some exciting episodes. Also, guys, we are also now on Spotify as a podcast. So if you want to just listen into us while driving, etc., you can also listen to the shows on Spotify as well.
Drive home with the Plot Malaysia. Go shopping with the Plot Malaysia. Listen to us in your car. Watch us on YouTube, obviously. And of course, bring on more subscribers. We are aiming to reach 5,000 subscribers this year, hopefully. And hopefully we can reach to that goal. So, Harry, shall we sign off from the Plot Malaysia?
Yes, we should, Ram.
All right. Guys, so signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woo.
See you guys soon. Cheers, Ram.
Cheers.